Alright, so headed back to the house after Arcade Comics and finishing my little hunt for the day. Hey, what's up, comic book peeps? Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. And today we're going to be doing a comic book haul, but I wanted to show you some of my Predator collection that I have downstairs in the dungeon. Now, we've been partying all night, you know what I'm saying? So everybody, the family's upstairs, playing music while I'm shooting this video, but I doubt if you can hear it anyway. But let's start off with the first book. The first book is Predator Omnibus I got from Comic Book Window. Comic Book Window, man, you're so valuable to the channel, man. I can't wait till you come in town so I can interview you. And just shout out to you. The second is Aliens vs. Predator, which is a okay movie. I know it received bad reviews, but, for me personally, I'm just a movie head anyway. So I'm like my boy from Blooker's videos, Big Day 2099. I just like movies, period. So it doesn't matter if they're cheesy or good, I'm going to like them. Especially when you throw my favorite species in there, which is the Yachtcher species, which is the Predator. That's the name of the Predator. They call them Yachtchers. The second thing is Predators 2. This movie can't hold a candle to the first movie, but it's still a good movie, man. I really like Predators 2 because it introduced the fact that the xenomorphs and the Yachtcher culture actually has some kind of history, and that the Predators actually used to hunt the xenomorphs. Plus, the part at the end when all the Predators appeared and Danny Glover said, "Okay, asshole, who's next?" Excuse the cursing. Okay, now this is Predators Part 1. My favorite movie, not my favorite movie, but it's up there in my top 5. It's a very good movie with Dutch, Arnold Schwarzenegger. You had Carl Winters, or what's his name? I don't want to say Witherspoon. What was his name? Anyway, Apollo from Rocky. And then you had Jesse the Body Ventura. You had Bill Duke in there. Man, there's just so many, top actors in there. Action Jackson, I forget his name. I think it's like John Witherspoon or something. I'm not sure. Don't let me lie to you. But anyway, right up under that is one of my favorite things I ever picked up. This is my Predator. Allow my sexy fingers to interrupt your video. This is my Predator video game action figure. And it's nothing more than the Jungle Hunter just repainted. The Jungle Hunter would be the Predator from the first movie. So you see it says you are one ugly beast, Schaefer says. But we all know that Arnold Schwarzenegger didn't say that. He said, "You're one ugly mother." Anyway, so this is Aliens vs. Predator, the Requiem. Very good movie. I did like this one. This introduced me to a Predator named Wolf. And if you never noticed in that movie, Wolf was missing one of his 4 tentacles around his mouth. So Wolf was a very a badass predator because he took on a suicide mission, and he actually did a lot of his fighting with a predator whip, which I thought was so cool. Okay, now you have the Predators, which is Predators was actually good to introduce a new species of the Yachtchers, and I thought it was pretty cool. And the last thing I have is my Dark Horse Predators comic book. See, I have to start collecting more of those comics because they were actually cool. I know they introduced an Asian lady who was supposed to be a female predator, the only human predator that they ever blooded into their clans. I like the fact that predators, you have to actually be blooded, to be accepted in their culture. If you're not, you're considered an outcast or a rogue or a bad blood predator. And that means that you hunt anything, that you have no kind of pride. So if they catch you, they're going to kill you. With that being said, let's get into our comic book haul. But first of all, let's get our sponsor in. And this episode of Direct Edition is brought to you by everybody's favorite, my fake Darth Maul from China. And you know how we do on this channel. Let's get into some comics. Okay, first off, I told you I was such in love with this cover of this comic book. This is Sheena, the Queen of the Jungle. This is a launch issue. And when Dynamite usually do launch issues, they usually do them for 25 cents because I just picked up a Vampirella J. Scott Campbell cover for 25 cents. All red, very nice looking. Definitely love that comic. But I'm showing you this to show you that I actually was able to pick up another beautiful copy, man. I really like the cover of this. It looks very J. Scott Campbellish. I know he did actually the cover B. This is the cover A. And I just can't get over this cover A, man. It's very beautiful. And for 25 cents, why not pick up, 5 copies? You know what I'm saying? It's worth it. And I just appreciate that Dynamite does that when they do their launch issues. They actually will put them at a quarter. And I know Dark Horse used to do that too because I got a lot of their Star Wars books when they launch for a quarter. So, very cool. The next book I wanted to show you is this beautiful New Mutants 35 from 1985. The significance of this book is that it's not Wolverine in the middle, that's actually Magneto. And it says Magneto's in charge. And the reason why is because this is when Professor X actually allowed Magneto to lead the New Mutants. And he was trying to make amends for being a mutant terrorist. So this book is very cool. It's a part of X-Men history. And if you're a huge X-Men head, you definitely know about this book, and you definitely need this book in your collection. Because, like I said, this is one of the first times that they showed Magneto in a kind of like anti-hero role, where he was kind of like breaking away from being a villain. I know before this in the X-Men, you had the Trial of Magneto, and that's a very cool book. I know these Marvel free spotlights don't mean anything to most collectors, but the hardcore collectors know what I'm talking about. These are pretty cool. I always pick up these free spotlights or free previews, or even when they was $1.25, I would pick them up because it lets me know what's coming up in the next 3 months as far as ordering stuff. So definitely love my spotlights. Definitely love my previews, and this is a preview of the Generations title that's coming out. The Generations title has been okay so far. It hasn't been really good like that, so I haven't jumped up and bought any. So, very cool. So another cool cover that I had to pick up is this Terry Dotson's, this Uncanny X-Men. It's kind of like a bombshell cover. He did a couple of them. My favorite one is all the X-Men ladies gathered around a picture of Jean Grey the Phoenix. You saw that at the beginning of the video. And I definitely love this cover, man. This cover is very, very nice. This shows off Terry Dotson's style. Terry Dotson continues to push out so many covers. I don't understand how you can actually push out that much drawings as an artist, because I draw myself, and Lord, it takes me almost a week just to draw some eyebrows. So very cool cover, man. Y'all dig this dopeness. Dig the dopeness. You got my girl Psylocke. Hold up. Who's the other girl with the purple hair? Is that Betsy Braddock then? Well, you got Psylocke, and I'm confused now about the other one with the purple hair. Maybe that's Dazzler. You have Storm, Emma Frost, and Rogue. Wow, man. Just beautiful, man. Definitely love that. And there you have it. So I made another purchase in my Marvel's 25th anniversary covers. I definitely love these covers, man. Oh my God, I want all of them. But to get the complete set, I would have to actually put on my boots, hit a couple comic book stores, and or just hit eBay and buy it all in one purchase. But I'm cheap, so I'd rather purchase them all for like around $1. So it's gonna take me a minute. Might take me a couple years, but eventually I will get all the Marvel 25th anniversary covers. So here's the Cloak and Dagger one that you've already saw. My classic X-Men cover with my baby Storm, which you already saw. I love this cover, man. Storm is so beautiful, man. Definitely love it. But okay, here's the second cover. Let's keep moving. Avengers West Coast with your creepy Hawkeye wink at you. Very cool. And all these are direct editions. Pun intended for my channel. All right, let's keep moving. Web of Spider-Man number 20, your direct edition one. Very cool. Because that has a Spider-Man flashlight that was on his belt buckle. You would have to be an 80s kid to know about that belt buckle that Spider-Man actually has. It's so cool, and it throws up the Spider-Man symbol. Very Batman-ish. So, all right, let's keep moving. Web of Spider-Man. Web of Spider-Man Newsstand Edition. I don't know why I sung that, but I just felt like doing that in my video. But yeah, let's do it. All right, so that's the Web of Spider-Man Newsstand Edition. Your Drunk Magic cover. I don't know why they drew Magic like that on New Mutants cover, but she looks very drunk. But it's all good. So all of these you've seen in my previous videos. But wait, I gotta, send another copy to add to this collection of Marvel's 25th anniversary covers. And let's see it. And boom, there you have it, X Factor number 10. I actually, when I saw this book and saw how beautiful it was and saw the price on it from Archaic Comics, I was like, very cool, man. Definitely thank you, Adam. He actually gave that to me for free. And, like I said, I'm very humbled and very happy to have another Marvel 25th anniversary to add to the collection because I've searched high and low for these. I refuse to pay the eBay prices for them. I refuse to pay, over $2 for any of them. I know that some of them are a little bit more valuable than the other, but I'm not going to pull the trigger unless if I find a good price on them. So it might take me a while to get them, but I'm going to get every last one of them because I'm an extreme collector, just like you guys are. We're extreme collectors, and we like finishing out our runs, and we like to plug in the holes and plug in the gaps of our runs. So I'm definitely going to do that, but glad to have that X Factor number 10 finally in the collection. And I'm definitely looking out for that He-Man one. I love the He-Man one. All right, so let's keep going. So as I'm mentioning and plugging in the holes and plugging in the gaps, this is the Tower of Babel. I think this is the first one. This is JLA number 43, July of 2000. And this is, like I said, this is the first part in a 4-part series. And basically, you know what this is. This is basically when Ra's al Ghul got a hold to the JLA or Batman protocols where he actually was able to take down the Justice League. And you end up finding out that he got those files strictly from Batman. And this is when Batman was almost kicked out of the Justice League if he wasn't for a couple of issues. So this is number 43 that I pulled the trigger on because it was the number 1 in the Tower of Babel. And here's part 3 in the 4-part issue. So I definitely need 2 other copies, and I'll finally have the Tower of Babel, the complete story. I'm just plugging in the holes and plugging in the gaps. And, that's just something I like doing because collecting comics is almost like putting together a puzzle. It says sometimes you might never find that one piece that you're missing. Maybe that piece was thrown away. But when you find that piece and complete that puzzle, you feel so complete and you feel so satisfied. So definitely love this Tower of Babel. Can't wait to get all of it. And look at the words on here. I actually had to open up this comic book and I was like, is this like a foreign comic book? But I just realized that, in the Bible, the Tower of Babel, what God did was he knocked man down off the tower and he split their languages. And that's what's going on in this comic book. The Justice League are not able to speak to each other. I really don't like the way Superman is looking on that cover. But definitely a cool comic book to have in any collection. So a couple of videos back, a while ago, maybe half a year ago when I went to Daytona, even before then, I told you I woke up one day and I said, hey, I would like to collect every last single comic from the death of Superman. And I actually accomplished that when I went to Daytona Beach. I actually plugged in the holes and plugged in the gaps and got like my last 3 issues. But I definitely love this cover. This is Superman in Action Comics. This is from my Death of Superman run. And the reason why I'm showing you this is because I was blessed to pick up a second copy for just $1. So anytime I can find the death of Superman's, anything in that entire run for $1 or maybe even five, I pick them up. Especially that first appearance of Doomsday. I end up paying like $20 for it, which is a lot for me because I'm El Cheapo when it comes to comic books. I'm a dollar bin rat. You know what I'm saying? That's what you can call me. Every once in a while I'll spend some money on a key issue. But most of the times I'm like, I got a budget. I'm like, hey, I got $30. So most of my hauls have been like really under $30 if you watch my channel. I've never really spent, like $100 on comics unless if I had a big tax return or, some extra money fall through. But anyway, El Cheapo just wanted to show you that this is my second copy for just $1. And this is a part of my childhood. This is a part of when I first started collecting comics. So I always have a soft spot for the death of Superman because it was such an iconic thing that happened back in 1992. So very cool. And so we're at the point of the video where you ask me, hey, Fred Hall, direct edition, what are you reading right now? This is what I'm actually reading right now. This is Astonishing X-Men. It's a very cool, smaller hardcover. If you look at the size of it, you can actually tell that it's basically half the size of your regular hardcover. But I still bought it. I love it. I think I got it for super cheap off of Amazon, and it actually came with the disc of the actual Astonishing X-Men movie, which I have like 2 copies of. I don't understand that. But anyway, here's a cool look at the front of it. And here's a cool look at the back of the book. This is basically the resurrection of Colossus, which was very cool. I definitely love when they brought Colossus back. I definitely love Kitty Pryde's reaction to when Colossus came back. Very cool, man. Very cool. I'm definitely glad to have this bite-sized hardcover in my collection. So you know what time it is now, man. Let's get into some of your main events. And I have 3 of them for you today. Well, I could actually do up to 4, but I'm only going to do 3. Because I got to save some for the next video. So let's get into some of your main events. Okay, and a couple of videos back, maybe 2 videos back, I'm not sure. It may be Fred Carpenter's Vampires, or it could be, the revenge of the revenge of the Comic Hunter. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm sorry. The name of that video was The Revenge of the Variants. I named my videos after the Star Wars series, the 6 movies. And you know what? This one is going to be called The Predators. That's a cool name for it. But anyway, I showed you this a while back. This is Annihilation's Quest Nova number 6 with Gamora on the front. Very cool Eddie Gradoff cover. Definitely love this, and I showed you this because I wanted to show you this. And this would be your first main event. This is a Nova number 10 with Gamora on the front with Nova. And as you can see, they're both looking like they're about to stab each other in the back. Gamora literally looks like she's about to stab Nova in the back, and Nova's look like he's about to use, a blast of energy on her back. So these are very cool covers. Definitely love my Eddie Gradoff covers. I like the Nova covers, but it seems I was more drawn to the ones with Gamora on the front, being the fact that Gamora's very beautiful. And this, I'm not going to lie, these 2 covers together are very, very beautiful, man. I just really like these covers. So can't say too many bad things about Eddie Gradoff because every cover he's come out with so far, I haven't seen a bad one. It's no cover that Eddie Gradoff came out with that I don't like. So that would be your first main event. That is Nova number 10. And it's all good. I can dig it. Your next main event is G.I. Joe, the American Hero number 2 from 2001 from Image Comic Books. And this is a J. Scott Campbell cover. And like I said before, I've become a J. Scott Campbell fan just because of you guys. I'm a big fan of all you guys' channels, especially the smaller channels. And J. Scott Campbell is all over everybody's channel. And at first I couldn't see the hype about him, but now I see the hype just a tad bit. You know, I'm more of an Adam Hughes fan. I'm more of an Eddie Gradoff fan. I'm more of a Mike Diodato fan. You know, people like that that have more of a realistic type of drawing. But I could dig J. Scott Campbell. And this is very, very cool, man. I've been sweet on this book for a while. I put it up in my box and, you know, at my favorite comic book store, you know, Archaic Comics, who sponsors the channel. I actually put this up in my box, and I've had it in my box for about a month. And I said, you know what? It's finally time for me to go ahead and purchase this book because it only cost me $2 any damn way. So I need to stop being so darn cheap. But I have so many books in my subscription box because I'm just a comic book hoarder. Not comic book hoarder 1014, but I'm a comic book hoarder. But anyway, look at this, man. Just a beautiful cover. And the reason why I said Comic Quarter 1014 is because that's my boy's channel. You know, we're both in the same area. I'm also in the same area as Joseph Three Banks. So, you know, we're all Georgia boys. So, but this is a very cool J. Scott Campbell cover. And this will be your second main event. And yeah, man, I haven't seen this on anybody's video. You know, if you have it, let me know. All right, let's go. And what did you think all the hype was for in your background? Your background is because of this. This is your main event. This is Predators 2 from Dark Horse. Let's get that year out of the comic book. Yeah, this is from 1991, and it's basically based off the movie right there with Danny Glover in it. I definitely love this comic book, man. And when I saw it, I actually flipped because I saw a lot of Predator comic books in my hunting days. And I really don't pick them up that much. But when I saw this one, I kind of freaked out. So I said it's a 3-part main event, but let me just go ahead and give you another one. And boom, there you have it. Predators 2, this is the second book. This is 2 of 2. I actually completed this run. I actually plugged in the holes and plugged in the gaps in one sitting. And I love doing that, man. So I probably wouldn't have bought the first one if I couldn't have got the second one with it. So I'm very glad to have both of these in my collection. That second book is actually my favorite part in the movie, where he's actually on top of the tower and he's beating his chest, and you know the lightning strikes his spear, and he just ripped the head off of the police officer, ripped the spinal cord off, which you can see right there. So as I said, I definitely love the Yachter culture. Now you understand why this video is named The Predators. And yeah, let's keep it moving. And so once again, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. You guys be safe out there. Remember words of wisdom. Focus on the ones that show you love and on the ones that don't show you love. Just keep rolling without them, man. You guys be safe out there. And I appreciate you taking the time to check me out. Big fan of your channels, and I always comment, you know what I'm saying, on your videos, just to let you know that, you know, I got a lot of love for you guys and a lot of respect for you guys. And you guys continue to be safe. And I will catch you guys later. Peace. Be sure to check out my variants video. There's a 3-part series in there. Yeah, variants part 1, part 2, and part 3. So go ahead and check those videos out, and you guys be safe out there. Peace.